And we're in. Back to it. And the microphone sensitivity is back to normal. I don't know what keeps making it go all over the place. Right.
Spyro, Ripto's still alive, and he's locked us out of the castle. Even worse, he's stolen our new power crystal for the super portal. If you can collect enough orbs, you'll be able to get the power crystal back from Ripto, and we can send you to Dragon Shores.
So at this point in the game, there's no more talismans. The only thing that matters is orbs. So thankfully, we've been collecting orbs as we go through the game, so we're not short. But
Well, Spyro, it comes down to this. There's only one more thing I can teach you, and like all the best things, it doesn't come cheap. The head bash move is very simple, really. All you must do is jump, then press the triangle button. You'll find the head bash may help you out on some tasks that were impossible before. Remember, just jump, then triangle. Good luck.
yeah, this move is incredibly situational and really is just a progress gate, and that's it. The climb feels like that can at least inform some level design decisions, and the swim does feel like a meaningful inclusion, but the head bash is just a bit of a waste of space, quite frankly.
Well, it's some consolation that you've collected so many orbs. My high-tech portal here will take you to Cloud Temples.
Oh, that's just a freebie, basically. And that's the issue with them using gems to kind of guide you through the level, is once you've collected them, they never come back. At least with the fruits from Crash, they appear every life you spend. Or every time you re-enter the level as well. Ugh.
I can see you've learned the value of orbs, Spyro. This touchy gate should work perfectly with the help of your impressive orb collection.
All right, Spyro, you've got the orbs. Defeat of Ripto is only moments away, right? Right? Well, anyway, good luck. He's right through this door.
It's not moments away because I'm a creature of habit, so we're actually just going to go back and make sure we collect everything before we go do that. think there's anything else left on the wall. I don't know if they're going to fight out there. Do it from up here then. No? I thought there was a way to the top of the waterfall. Oh, it's this waterfall you want to be at the top of, not the external one. We'll probably do this while we're down here, just so we don't come down here again.
One last Speedway adventure for you, Spyro? It's not that expensive, you know. You've chosen wisely. I bet a quick dragon like you will win your money back in no time.
Pretty sure we had that exact line of dialogue on our previous one. Come on, Spyro. I have no idea if we missed any. Very good. I don't like that we're going the same direction as they are. That's always slower. Having said that, it doesn't look like this path is designed to go two ways. Get rid of this guy first. There we go, plenty of time. As per usual, not the cleanest run, but it doesn't need to be. Anything that nets us the all-in-one bonus is good enough. Right, where was the vulture area? Not here. Is he? Oh, here we are.
All right, Spyro. Are you ready to try out my plane? I just fixed it, and I'm pretty sure it won't crash now.
Now, I remember in Reignited, the sound effects for this were fucking loud as anything. I don't know whether that's still true in this game.
Okay, Spyro, here's what you've got to do. I've got the plane on remote control, so all you have to do is hit the targets with your machine gun. Press circle to fire the gun, and use the D-pad or analog stick to aim.
God, it's vertically inverted. Yeah, the sound effects are so rather loud. Hopefully the audio docking that I've got set up will mean it's not too bad on stream, but for me it's pretty grating. This might actually be the easiest of the additional missions, though. I think I just missed that one. We did get it, but I missed that one. Ugh.
Hey, you missed it.
Didn't help that you fly this thing so damn slowly. I'm a mile away from it. Some of the stuff I'm hitting, I'm having to hit it before it's even loaded in like the full quality model for it. I'm trying not to shoot continuously just for the sake of my own ears. Okay, there we go, got the one I missed last time. Now we're done.
Hey, you nailed all of the targets. It must be because you had such a good pilot.
Hopefully the rest of the treasure will all be down here. Yeah, there we go. And then before we actually enter any of the levels in this world, we need to backtrack to World 2 and clean up the 2 spots where we need the head bash move for. I'm hoping my new RGB SCART cable for the N64 is being dispatched tomorrow, and also that it works. There was some ambiguity as to which one to buy. The place that modded my N64 said, oh, you get this one and get the one with the C-Sync pass-through. And unfortunately, the place that I get the cables from only lists whatever's currently in stock. And they had one in stock that I think is the right one, but I don't know. I'm going to have to work out whether it works when it gets here. So, first of all, I'm waiting on it to dispatch, and I think they said they're shipping out orders come Monday. So tomorrow. Then I need it to get here. Now, generally speaking, they do ship them with like a good delivery service, so it should only take a day or so. And then once it gets here, I will then I'll test it out. Assuming it all works, I will then probably add... well, I've had Banjo-Kazooie on the list of games that I would like to stream, because it's been a long time. The truth is, I've got more affinity for Banjo-Tooie than I do Banjo-Kazooie, but I feel like I ought to play them both. I've never played the N64 version of Kazooie, so the notes are probably going to kick my ass, quite frankly. Right, so now we're going to do one of the worst missions in the game.
I've been experimenting with this potion. I'd like to test it out, but the Earthshapers out there have made going out a bit difficult. Could you kindly offer me an escort? Great! Just keep those Earthshapers away from me, and I'll take this potion to Hunter.
Right. So the hard part here is he doesn't walk in a straight fucking path. He meanders all over the fucking place like a goddamn idiot. U-turn. You do a U-turn. Fucking idiot. Like, I know he's on a fixed path, but still, frustrating as hell.
Will you escort me past those earth?
Out the way! You see, this would be less frustrating if there was actually a decent reason for why he fucking meandered like a moron. I mean, if you do know his route, you can just move them all away before he gets there. He has to get close enough to them for them to actually be able to attack him. Is that enough, do you think? He turns around, comes back round here. He doesn't go near that one, does he? No, okay, we're done. It's not too bad once you know the gimmick, but...
Man, do my feet feel better. Would you look after this for me?
I still don't know why Hunter looks so off-model in this level. I would assume it's like trying to be like a lighting effect, but it doesn't affect Spyro, so it just looks weird.
Out these stubborn earth shapers?
Right, and this is what you couldn't do until you got the head bash.
All right. When I shoot an earth shaper with an arrow, you head bash him before he gets back up. Remember, head bash by jumping and then press triangle. We have to get all of them at once, or they'll just invite more of their friends. Let's go!
It's a very similar thing. You've got to follow Hunter. Do things in the order he does them. If you don't get them quick enough, they stand back up, and then you're done. Oh, you did that one. Nope, you got back up in time.
As long as you're here.
Again, it's a fixed order, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but... I want to say I vaguely recollect that they made the hitboxes for actually smashing them a bit tighter in Reignited.
We make a great team. Here, I was going to give this to the alchemist, but I'm a bit annoyed at him at the moment.
Yeah, you and me both. He's a bit of a shitter, quite frankly. Well, that wasn't as bad as I remembered it being.
Spyro, it's a...
Yeah, we heard all this before. Problem is, this is one of the levels that you can't ignore, like, the main task, because your progress is gated on completing it. At least until we can get somewhere high enough to get into that central area that's just above us. I'm sure for speedrunning purposes there'll be like a proxy or something you can use, but... I actually can't remember what they do for a 100% Spyro speedrun. I have to assume that they do some of the 80% strats just to unlock everything quick. Make it so they can do the, get the upgrades early. I can't remember whether I've ever watched a Spyro 200% run. Right. Can I stop following the main mission path from here? Yes. No, because I still need more. How many have I got? 17. So if I kill one more enemy, then yes, I could have skipped the main mission path from there. But now I have to backtrack and find one more enemy to kill. Great. Well, that's all the gems I was missing. Oh look, it's one more enemy, right where I was. That would have been convenient a second ago.
It's great you've learned to head bash, Spyro, but I'm afraid neither of us can cross this lava until that power-up is working.
Well, it is working.
My 8 brothers have been trapped in rock and will sink in the lava if you can't break them free. Head bash the rocks by jumping, then pressing triangle, and follow my lead.
Thanks for the follow, Lunarounds. Assuming you're not a bot, most of my follows have either been people I know from other things or bots. So, if you're not a bot, great. If you are a bot, if you keep flickering your follow, I'll probably end up banning you.
Follow me, and remember, jump and then press triangle to head bash.
Wait, this character's meant to be female? Would not have guessed from the voice acting. Yeah, this mission isn't too bad. Apparently there's data in the...
Big family, but you've managed to save all of them. Take this thing too. I'm too tired to carry it anymore.
Apparently there's data in the game files that implies that there's meant to be like a second wave of that that's more difficult, but doesn't actually exist in the game. Okay, now we can go and clean up the final hub world. Oh, I've got a second. Are you actually a bot? Account created 1 hour ago. Okay, you're probably just a bot, aren't you? You're literally streaming, following people. You are so banned. Fuck off. I apologise for the shout out because that was undeserving of a fucking shout out. I do not care for people who just make fucking bot accounts. Literally, that's all they're streaming. They're streaming a fucking batch script on their desktop that is clearly just iterating through everyone that's live right now and pushing through a follow command through the API. And Twitch insists that they don't need to do any more work to fucking resolve their community problems with like hate raids and stuff. When people are doing shit like that, of course you fucking do. It's ridiculous. How is that a valid use of the fucking platform? Okay, assume that is an account that's been primed for a hate raid.
Things just aren't the same since our magic fountain shut off. It sure would help if you could find out what evil force is behind this disaster.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I'm dead. Because I couldn't see the fucking thing that attacked me. Jesus. How am I going to cope with my only 25 remaining lives? I feel like I need to like set up a fucking chatbot that just auto bans anyone who tries to follow me whose account's only been created in like the last hour or so. Probably will catch some people in the crossfire, but given I'm such a small fucking channel, I don't think anyone, unless it's someone explicitly who has made an account to follow me, which, given that my wife has already followed me, pretty much just means it's if my mum wants to follow me, which would never happen because she would never watch a gaming stream. Yeah, I think that's the only circumstance that I might actually end up having someone legitimately follow me within an hour of making their account. Sorry, I'm playing a video game here, I'm just rambling about Twitch instead. This level's always struck me as a bit odd. A lot of the other levels have quite a clear linear flow to them. This one feels a lot more open. I mean, you've got this entire valley area at the beginning that you can kind of roam around freely. And then you're meant to cross over and go to the upper levels. I guess there is some linearity to it, but I don't know, it just feels a lot more open than a lot of the levels in Spyro 2. That makes sense. Also, the creatures, like the enemies in this level, are also weird. It feels a bit like it's a level out of what was that world? The Dreamweavers in Spyro 1. The lemurs aren't too bad, but the rhinos and elephants in snail shells are a bit odd. And then in the water you've got like platypus blowfish. As promised, the platypus blowfish. Who can only be damaged when they're not inflated.
What? Oh, I must have dozed off there. Golly, looks like I let the fountain switch off. Here, take this orb and, don't mention my little nap to Hydrar, okay?
Well, there's nothing in this body of water. Not. I'm kind of doing myself a bit of disservice here. I should really be triggering the other two orb requirements in this level. Oh, this does get me to one of them now.
Ah, Spyro, a friendly face. A bunch of rotten thieves have stolen the spark plugs, and I'm stuck here. Please get the 4 plugs back.
Four-cylinder Jeep, is that a thing? I'm legitimately asking, I don't know enough about cars to know whether a four-cylinder Jeep is normal or not. It sounds low at face value, but... I would have thought you'd want a Jeep to have some decent amount of power behind it. And I fell. Because again, I didn't come out of my charge quick enough to get my jump input to register. Nope. Don't really remember what you meant to do with that. Oh, right, that. Okay, that's one. Can I not skip this animation? Oh, there we go. I was going to say, I managed to pull quite some distance on that spark plug before it spawned, so I do not want to sit through the whole fucking thing of it showing up. We'll be in this area.
Ah, Spyro, so glad you're here. I'm perfectly useless without my trusty pencil, and I seem to have lost it. I do have this extra egg. Perhaps you can trade it for my pencil.
I thought, can you report people for what they're doing? In channels goals. Is that appropriate? There's only a bot. Submit report. Sorry, a network error occurred while submitting your report. Really, Twitch? Jesus Christ. It just says that every time. Okay, fuck you, Twitch. You don't get to have them with fucking. Oh, Jesus Christ. So it's a known issue that they've got a problem with bots and hate raids and stuff like that, and I can't even report a user without it just having a, oh, there's network error. It's like, really? Really? You've got a blooming system that is streaming out terabytes and terabytes of data in and out of the system this entire time, all day, every day, and yet you can't deal with a fucking report. A database row. Seems suspicious. Yeah, there's a reason why it feels like Twitch are not taking this seriously. I still need to go in that water and collect the rest of those gems. Yeah, so if you haven't gathered, this is the trade quest part of the level. Because every game has to have a trade quest. Yeah, Link's Awakening was one of the first games I played, so of course every game needs to have a trade quest. Oh wow, if I had known that he was going to do that, I could have just fucking got him right there. Shame. Yeah, unfortunately, a mermaid's bra is not a part of this trade quest. Not that it's part of a trade quest of any version of Link's Awakening that I've ever played, but... Did they actually still leave that in the Japanese version of Link's Awakening for the Switch? Or was that solely just for the Game Boy Advance version? Sorry, Game Boy original version. Like, did they actually make that distinction between the European and Japanese release? Or European/American, I guess. Pencil in the head.
My pencil! Now I can begin calculating the age of the universe again. Here, take this orb. Alora says she thinks I'm going to lose it.
Right, we've got some gems to collect down here. And then we need to get the rest of those spark plug thieves. where they all are. There's one here who I nearly could have got for free if I'd had the camera pointed a different direction. Oh. Those bollocks. Oh, come on. I was going to bypass going to the low road, and then when I did the blooming hover, it bumped into him. I think, anyway. Something happened that meant it didn't come out properly. No, maybe you just can't make that jump. Maybe I do actually have to just fall after him like an idiot. Fucking hell. Where'd that go then? Right, where's the other two? One down there that just laps around this little garden bit. It's probably the easiest one to get. And the other one is up top. What time is it? 9:05. I think this drink is A, going pretty quick, and B, not as strong as I've been used to the last few nights. I know I really should ease off the drinking, but I've been rather enjoying it the last couple of weeks. Oh, my nose is itching something terrible. There we go.
Wahoo! I'm back in business! Here, young dragon friend, take this. It's museum quality, but you deserve it.
And I get to itch my nose, that's the important thing. Mystic Marsh is what I'd be called if ever I was a spirit medium. That's a terrible joke, I apologise. To one viewer who is me. It sure as shit ain't the bot that followed me, is it? Fucking hell. Sorry, I'm still pissed off about that. Okay. Where next? Is this, Cloud Temple? Oh, did it not save the fact that I opened it already?
Well, it's some...
This is the last level I can think of that has a mission that kind of stumped me as a kid. I suspect it'll be really easy this time out.
I used to be one of Avalar's most powerful magicians, until that big warlock over there stole my wand. He and his friends have used the magic to take over the city.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get another drink soon. I don't know what these purple things are meant to be. They're so weird. Camera's glued to that guy. There we go. It's attached. The game decided, oh, this enemy is the most important thing for you to deal with right now. I'm like, no, I want to go get those gems. How many levels are left in this hub? Is it just Metropolis and the I forget what it's called, Robotica Farms? I think they're the only 2 levels left, which is less than I expected. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, this is the mission that stumped me as a kid.
I'm a secret agent. I'm going to my secret hideout. Only members of my secret club are allowed to go there. I'm not leaving unless you hide behind that tree so you can't see me.
Yeah, so you have to tail this guy but not let him see you. What? I didn't even start.
This time
Didn't even start, dude. Yeah, so he operates on a fixed route. He only turns around at certain times. Whenever he goes through doors, he always closes them behind him. So if he gets too far ahead after he's gone through a door, you just fail out. I think you need unique dialogue for that, actually. Doing the right hand tree. The area that you're allowed to be in and not get seen is quite large. And the left hand tree. I think that's it. I think that's the end. So why I struggled so much with that before, I don't know.
You managed to get here without following me? You must be a member of my secret club after all. Here, take this secret decoder. It will allow us to send secret messages.
Yeah, I have no idea why I recall struggling with that as a kid. Because that is trivial. There's only like 3 places where you can fail. This is effectively the same experience I went through with Reignited Trilogy. I played that one through with the missus, and was like, she'd never played Spyro before, so I spent the entire time getting to points I struggled as a kid. Said, "Oh, this bit's really hard. Oh, this bit's really hard," and then clearing them all in like a trivial amount of time. And she's just like, "It doesn't seem hard." I'm like, "No, it didn't seem hard to me this time, but it always did as a kid. It was not easy when I was playing this as a youngin." So the two options are either I've gotten better, or I was an idiot. Honestly, on balance of additional evidence, probably I was an idiot is the right call to make. Right, there's still that other thing down there, but we can't get that yet. Let me guess, we haven't got enough enemies defeated to go up here yet. Nope. We'll come back to that. Would you want a door in the shape of your own face, no matter how megalomaniacal? Is that the word? You are. Would you want a door in the shape of your own face? With how gaudy Trump Tower is, does Trump have a picture of his own face as a doorway? Not that I'm aware of, but having said that, I won't put it past him. Oh, that was homing.
Spyro, you have freed our city from the claws of those evil warlocks. Please, take this orb. I foresee that it will help you on your journey.
Yeah, so as I said, no more talismans by this point in the game. Clearing like the main objective for a level just grants you another orb.
Our mystical bell towers have been overrun by trolls, and the bells haven't been rung in days. I tried a fire spell on the trolls, but it just made them crazier. This Super Freeze power-up will chill out the trolls, but we really need the bells to ring. They'll ring if you charge into them.
I'm pretty sure this is the only place in any of the Spyro games where you get a freeze power. So weirdly they freeze at whatever height they were jumping at. Oh, crap. Come on, camera. Operate with it. There we go. We're up. Yeah, so these trolls can't harm you. They just exist to be things that you use as platforms. And there is an expected order to ring in the bells because the trolls do move about as you collect them. So that troll that's up there to get that first bell then moves over here to enable you to get up to this one. Come on, don't turn it too hard. Isn't it? Seriously?
I suppose you want an orb for doing that. Well, I'm afraid not. There's still one bell left. You can get to it by using the whirlwind behind me.
I've got an orb for this, quite frankly.
Thanks, Spyro. I didn't think you could do it. Here, have a souvenir from the Mystic City gift shop.
And we're done. Just got to collect the last few gems and we're out of here. Alright, the rocket's up there. I'm guessing I can't get enough height just by jumping off that guy. Maybe I can, let's try it. Maybe I could if I didn't also have the ice power up. Maybe glide around the corner. Yeah, that worked. I'm going to take the opportunity to go fetch another drink. I'll be right back. I'm going to pause it because apparently this ambience is copyrighted as a completely different fucking song. Also, experience tells me. Right, we're back. Yeah, as far as I can think, there's only 4 levels in this hub world. And it's made me realise the pacing of this game just feels entirely off to me. Not necessarily like plot pacing, but just in terms of how they've dispersed the levels. I mean, you go back to Spyro 1. Spyro 1 has 6 worlds. Every world has, what is it? 3 regular levels, a boss level, and a flight level. And the only world that deviates from that is the last world, which doesn't have a doesn't have a flight level. Unless you count Nasty's loot as a flight level, because technically you can fly in Nasty's loot. And only has 2 regular levels.
Howdy, Spyro. These here pests have infested our farm. Could you find the time to help us get rid of them? Find your way over to the giant bug lamp and turn it on so we can zap any more invading pests.
I do think this level theme is one of the more inspired ones. A robot farm, but then also all the fucking crops are metallic as well. So I don't really know what the end goal of all this situation is. I'm trying to think. In the levels in this world, we've not had a need to use a head bash yet, have we? What levels have we had so far? Mystic Marsh hasn't needed it as far as I think. And, what the fuck did we just complete? Fucking hell, I'm blanking on something I just did 5 minutes ago. Cloud Temples, that was it. Yeah, that didn't need a head bash as well. So they went out of the way to give us a new ability that the first time we've needed it. Well, I guess it makes sense that those 2 levels wouldn't need the head bash because you can get into either of them without it. So really, the only levels that they can be certain you've got the head bash for are this one and the Metropolis, I think it is. They're the only levels that they can be certain when you go in you've got the head bash. So the only ones that are gated behind having the head bash to be able to get into them in the first place. Which just adds to the sense that it's kind of a superfluous addition to the rest of the game because there's so little of the game that can be confident you've got it available to use on. Yeah, I know, I'm trying to hit this guy. Unfortunately, Spyro doesn't turn on a dime. Also, my nose is still itching. What is happening? Ah. I know you meant to use those things to spit at it. Oh, for God's sake. Am I meant to be able to see the projectiles those guys are firing? Because I very much can't.
These darn bugs are making a joke of my expensive robot scarecrows. Can you chase them down and flame them, Spyro?
I'm back to work tomorrow, so I'm back to evening only streams from then. And even then, there's no guarantee I'm doing that every night next week because I've still got some jobs to do before people get back home. And then, let's see, what else am I doing? So people are getting back here on Thursday. It's my daughter's birthday on Friday. So, if I'm streaming at all on Friday, it's just after my daughter's gone to bed. Doing a bad job of this so far. And then... I'm going to be out of town Saturday night, so there's going to be no stream on Saturday. Possibly Sunday evening I'll have a stream. I'm doing terribly at this one at the minute. It's like you almost don't want to be too quick at this because if you don't give them time to settle down again, they move off too quickly. As far as I know, this is the intended solution, is to climb up these mounds and then glide towards them and flame as you approach. Well, I'm there for death. Oh, there it is. Oh, why is my nose so itchy? As you've probably noticed, if you don't do this quick enough, they end up respawning. Well. Yeah, this is one of the more annoying missions, because there's no way of actually failing it, in a literal sense, apart from if you hit that electrified floor too much and die. But it just drags on if you're not getting fortunate with how close you are to them when you're flaming. But that felt like that should have been a hit. To me. That was a hit. Fucking stop fucking off. Right, can you all gather up near to me, please? That's better. And you. Aim again, please. No, stop respawning. How did that not hit him? Let me guess, by the time I get close enough to this guy again, another one will have spawned in. Two have spawned in. Lovely. What I always wanted. hell, I'm mashing the triangle button too much now, and it's putting me in the head bash animation. Which, as you might expect, is really fucking slow. There we go.
My fields are safe from those flying vermin, Spyro. Take this doodad I done dug up yesterday.
Oh, that was an hassle. Yeah, point being, I'm back to work soon, so my streaming schedule is going to get more sporadic. But there's a reason why I've not bothered. Twitch is really pushing me to like, ooh, make sure you set a schedule. It's good for your metrics. It's just like, yeah, I can't commit to a schedule. I've got too much variable shit going on in my life to be able to confidently say in advance when I can and can't stream. And the only thing that's going to change that is, again, we're back to the point of if I get to the point where I'm earning enough money to do this full time. Which I know full well it's not going to be anytime soon, even if I was doing really well right now. And I'm not doing really well right now because I've only got one viewer, and that's me. Which is not a problem. I'm not like, oh, it's so bad that I've only got one viewer and it's only me. You know, part of me streaming has been that I have issues with my own perception of productivity, and having a creative outlet, even if it's one that's just for me, is still valuable to my mental health. So even though I've not exactly built an audience so far, the fact that I've been doing this at all has been a positive experience for me. So yeah, I'm not like, ooh, I need to have 1 million followers. I vaguely recall one of my earlier streams, like before I started streaming consistently this month, I had some dude show up and say, oh, what are you doing? Are you like grinding out for a partner or whatever? I was like, no, not really. I mean, it'd be nice, but quite frankly, that is far loftier than I'm able to fucking consider right now. Jesus Christ, my nose! This is debilitating. Yeah, it's far loftier than what I'm actually able to reasonably expect right now. I mean, to be fair, I'm getting close to filling the requirements in terms of number of hours streamed. Not intentionally, not with any kind of purpose, just that I just happen to be fucking streaming a lot this month. Because, quite frankly, I've got a lot of time where I'm stuck in the house on my own because of a whole set of personal reasons that I will not go into.
Way to go, Spyro. Them varmints won't be coming near our crops now. Can I offer you a reward? I used to drive my tractor all around the farm, but some fool robot blocked the path up. Do you think you could knock him down with a bit of a supercharge?
Well, at least means I get to get this. I'm not sure that I've ever done that supercharged path in one go. I forgot that if you break these jars while you're supercharging, it doesn't magnetize them towards you. God, these particles are so in the fucking way. Yeah, this last one's a pig. Because it's up a steep slope, but you don't actually have the capacity to charge up. And that just fell off. There's no quick way back up here this side, is there, besides using the seesaw again? Annoying. Oh, what? Where did my supercharge go? I think it turned into a glide and it just ate the charge. Fucking hell. Part of the problem is, I don't know if you're probably hearing it from the sound effects, what seems to be happening is I'm pressing the jump button once with the expectation that he's going to jump. And what's happening instead is I'm getting jammed up in the geometry on an incline. So it's registering my button hold as like multiple press inputs, so he's just like jumping repeatedly. And that's causing all sorts of fucking problems. Kind of a shame that this game doesn't include the Spyro 1 thing of having, oh fucking hell, multiple levels of supercharge. Yeah, this particular path that they want you to run isn't too bad. It's just all the fucking shitty geometry they've got down this lower section. There we go.
A fine piece of steering that was, Dragon. Here, take this thingamajig I found in the cow pen.
That just seems to be the quickest way back here. Don't really know what these windmills are powering. Could be electrical turbines, I guess. I was going to say, I don't think you're really milling corn if you've got that big cavity in the middle for someone to run through. Could be wrong. You might be able to build a windmill with a cut through that's suitable for milling corn. Or wheat, or whatever you're milling. Look, I've always lived in the suburbs. I don't fucking know shit about farming. There was a windmill in the village next to ours. Say village, suburb. That does still operate. Not commercially. I mean, they do make and sell bread there, but more as a novelty for tourists than as a we do this as a business. It is a tourist attraction at this point. And I believe their claim to fame is that they're one of only like 3 or so windmills across the whole country that still has that has 6 blades and is still in operation.
I can see.
Yeah, important facts about a part of Britain that most people will never actually visit because it's a fucking dead end. They don't have a theme park there anymore. That shut down a few years ago.
This insurrection from the farms has got quite out of hand. We need someone to restore order. Find the inventor droid. She's been working on something big.
I forgot just how much shorter the third world is than the first 2. Man, I always remembered that World 2 was fucking huge, but...
With all the budget cuts, these elevators need serious work. See, this one here is stuck. I expect it would start working if you could just give it a good whack, though.
Right, this is how this level requires the head bash. So because it had 2 levels that they could confirm for a fact that you had the head bash to get into, they both have obligatory head bash sections. I took out 2 of them, that's convenient. And there's that guy from Garfield and Friends.
As you can see, a vicious ox has taken over our armory. We thought that freezing the walkway would keep animals out. The ox is very tough. I advise using the bombs against it, and it'll probably take several bombs at that.
Yeah, this is kind of awkward just because of the skating controls. Makes it rather difficult to actually line up your shots. It's easier just to kind of run this loop and wait for him to fire once forward. And just hope the ones he fires off at the angles don't happen to come near you.
Excellent work, Dragon. We can now defend our city properly. Take this visually pleasing reward.
I can't remember if there's a rocket to blast that open or whether I just need to carry the power up you get at the end of the level through to here. My finger is so sore. I mean, it's not as bad as I expected, actually. I was doing some gardening earlier, and idiot that I am, decided to grab a thorned plant that I trimmed just fucking full grasp, barehanded. Just sliced a big old cut right into the fucking tip of my right index finger. So hopefully I remember all my keyboard shortcuts tomorrow, because if I have to do any fucking clicking about, that's gonna fucking hurt. That's the end of the level anyway.
Ah, Spyro. I heard you were coming. Thank you for your efforts in thwarting this attempted coup. Please take this item, which living creatures seem to like. It's a first for Avalar, a combination power-up. Thank goodness you're here to test it out. These invading sheep in their spaceships must be stopped.
Right, before I do that, can I actually take this down to that other thing we saw? Whoops. Oh, I'm useless without sparks. Nope, I can't fly out of this area naturally. So I had flight controls. I held forward thinking I was gliding. Are you fucking kidding me? Got freaking ass blasted from off camera. Don't really know why they bothered to make that head bash one, given that you've got this power up. Can just fire blast it, and that works just fine. What? Why did I fall outside? To get to close to some level geometry?
Excellent work. You knocked those sheep right out of the sky. This orb device is proof of your skill. I knew it. Those first sheep sent out a distress call. The next wave of saucers is incoming.
Oh, we're missing one. This is last tyrant. There he is. And we're done. That's all the orbs.
Nice flying, airman. You've proven the genius of my double power-up invention. Here, keep this to commemorate your victory.
64 at 64. Now we just need to mop up collecting the gems in this area, and then that should be all the treasure as well. Aside from what we paid for money bags, but that will be dealt with. Anyone watching, of which there is only me, if anyone's watching and cares about the deep lore of Spyro, which, because I'm the only one watching and I've played this game maybe a dozen times, seems improbable that anyone's actually that fussed, but nevertheless I will say it for your benefit regardless. This is the level of care that I give to my one viewer. Where are we going? Over here? I've never been clear whether that's meant to be like some kind of robotic watch with the triangle hands, or whether that's just we didn't have enough polygons to render actual proper fucking clock hands. Right, well that's everything that we can do besides go fight the final boss. So let's go do that.
All right, Spyro.
Come back here, you useless animals!
Hey, Shorty. Maybe I can help.
What? You again?
Yup. If you want to test that power crystal, why don't you try it on me? I'll stand still. I promise.
I like that idea. Dragon, you've just sealed your fate!
Spyro, we want to help you fight Ripto. Elora is using the orbs you collected to store power-up energy. Hunter will throw the powered-up orbs to you as they become ready. Even as we speak, the professor is experimenting with new forms of power-up energy, so you'll soon have abilities that no one has ever seen before.
Yeah, so that's the gimmick of the first two phases boss fight, is they're dropping orbs into the stage. Ripto can collect the orbs as well as you, which is hard to counter when they're dropped off fucking camera. Now the colour of the orb, of the last orb collected, is what dictates the power that either you or Ripto end up getting. Again, would help if I could see the damn things. Camera angles do not help. While you've got a power up, you can actually do as much damage as you're able to. Right, so phase 2, your perspective on this doesn't change. You're still collecting 3 of a kind. It's just that Ripto now has a Mecha Gulp, so his default attacks become a little bit closer to gulps. You can still collect orbs. And your capacity for asset denial is a lot less. I don't think I've got any way of stopping him from doing that. Goes through. The supercharged one is probably the hardest one to actually utilise. Again, precisely because of the camera issues. I will say the Gulp phase makes the red one so much better than it did in the earlier phase. In fact, either of the explosive ones, just because you've got much bigger target to contend with. So it's just easy just to spam attacks and actually guarantee hits. And then phase 3 changes things up. So you've got permanent flight and fireballs. He's firing at you as usual. You will occasionally boost away to draw out some distance. Relative to the earlier phases, the only real hazard in this phase is the fact that you've got no opportunity to heal. I could be wrong, I think his attacks have a slight amount of homing on them. But it's ever so slight, like any deviation from just a forward path is enough to flummox it if it does. Yeah, annoyingly he can sometimes fly outside the boundaries of the arena, which does mean you can't hit him for a short period of time. And we're done. And that's the first ending to Spyro 2. There isn't actually a cutscene for the second ending, but... In fact, technically there is no second ending overall, it's just a bonus area.
I don't think we can ever thank you enough, Spyro. I suppose you have to go now?
Yeah, I'd better. They'll be missing me in the Dragon Worlds, and I've still got a vacation to take. I need it more than ever now.
Before you go, I think that Moneybags has something he wants to give you.
I most certainly do not.
Hunter? Spyro, Moneybags is very sorry that he made you pay so much on your way through Avalar. We want you to keep the gems as a reward for helping us.
Wow, thanks. Sparks, can you grab them?
Let me just type in the new coordinates and... There! Spyro, you can now go to Dragon Shores.
Hey, why don't you guys come with me? I bet you could use a holiday.
I'm afraid we can't, Spyro. Ripto may be gone, but he caused a lot of damage during his short stay. We'll be cleaning up for weeks. Just remember, though, that you can always get back to Avalar from Dragon Shores if you want to visit.
Well, okay. Come on, Sparks. We've got a lot of vacation to catch up on.
So that unlocks the Dragon Shores gateway. You can't actually get into Dragon Shores until you've collected a certain amount of treasure and orbs. I forget how much it is. Obviously, I've collected all the treasure and orbs at this point in the game, so we're going to be able to get in. And then we'll discuss what's in there once we get through the credits. Just realised this is Spyro 1 music, isn't it? Yeah, I always... Because it's a game I played to death as a child, I still have a lot of respect for Spyro 2, but if I'm being brutally honest, it doesn't hold up as well as I'd like it to. I think Spyro 1 being a pure-blooded collectathon, like there is literally just you run around and collect things, kind of works in its favour better than this like objective-based thing where there's all different like scripted missions that you have to do to get these orbs, because most of them are not that interesting. They involve backtracking or busy work, or they're not really showing you much new in the level. And in fact, that's the other like bad side about the giving you the unlock abilities. It's good that they gave Spyro more abilities, but the fact that you can only get them in each of the hub worlds, and that forces you to backtrack to the previous worlds to clean up after yourself, kind of sucks. And again, most of my PS1 playthroughs, I do just put in the cheat at the start of the game to unlock all those abilities to save you having to do that backtracking. But that's not the intended design, and as far as I know, there is no equivalent cheat for Reignited Trilogy, so you don't even have the choice over there. Yeah, I'm glad I played it again, and because I'm a fucking idiot, this will probably remain in my rotation of retro games that I go back to semi-regularly. But I'm not gonna... It really doesn't hold up the way that I'd like it to. It really doesn't. It's not bad by any means. For what it sets out to do, it does perfectly well. It just isn't setting out to do anything particularly exciting, is the main thing. I feel like every fucking credit sequence I turn into a games review. Right, this is Dragon Shores. I know for the speedruns. That is the 100% speedrun. They get here as quick as possible, and there's like a clip out of bounds here, where you can also trigger the swimming air glitch, and then that gets you to the 100% reward, which we'll see in a moment.
Well done, Spyro. Step right on into Dragon Shores Park.
So, the Norks are clearly reformed now.
By the way, if you win 10 tokens, you can visit our theater.
I don't know whether the Norks are still just transformed treasure, but whatever. So here's the 100% reward, which we can clearly get. So it's a super plane power-up, but it's permanent. Now, you might think, what's the fucking point in that? You've already done everything in the game. Now, the reason this is interesting is because it actually persists. If you quit out the game now and then start another save file, it persists across save files. So if you start a new game and then save it, that new game permanently has the Super Flame power-up. So it actually lets you replay the game with that like throughout. Which is not... it's not world changing, but it's interesting. It's a nice little bonus.
Step right up, Spyro, and take a look at what we've got for you today. Inside this here booth, you'll find some of the most vicious creatures you've ever seen. Here's a baseball to spit, sport. Take aim, shoot at the target, and watch as the terrifying creatures fall into the water below. But don't worry, you won't hurt them.
I don't actually know whether having the super flame just means that this works without the baseball. It does.
That was pretty funny, wasn't it? Take this token for being such a good shot.
The inverted vertical on this is so annoying.
This is pretty easy, isn't it? Have another one of these tokens.
Yeah, it's definitely easy when I don't have to even use a baseball. I don't know how deep this dunk tank goes.
You really are a great shot. Take this. It's my last token.
Right, so there's 3 tokens from there. Let's see. We've got the shooting gallery.
Hiya, Spyro. I hear you're a pretty good shot. How'd you like to try my shooting gallery? Okay, I'll set the timer for you.
The timer is just how long your super flame power-up lasts, which is kind of irrelevant given that we've got the 100% bonus already.
Nice shooting. Here's a token.
And because you can just spam your shots
Ready
anyway,
for
it's
the
really
next
not a
round?
challenge.
Okay, I'll set the timer for you.
And most of the targets remain active for a really long time just because of how slow your shots fire.
Nice shooting. Here's a token. Ready for the next round? Okay, I'll set the timer for you.
Damn, that was a fucking tight hitbox. Am I gonna fail this? Wow, I don't think I've ever
Not
failed
bad,
that.
Spyro. If you want to try it.
There we go, that was better.
Right. Here is my last token.
Right, next thing we got the Tunnel of Love.
Free, free, free. You pay no money down and make no monthly payments. In return, I'll give you 1 token. 1 is all I can give, but you can ride as many times as you'd like. Hop aboard, my friend.
Which is pretty much just a glorified cutscene where it randomizes which characters are in the boats. Are they siblings? They shouldn't be in the Tunnel of Love as siblings, that's a bit weird. Also weird is the chef that wanted to eat the baby turtles and a baby turtle. There we end up with a fawn.
As promised, here's your 1 token. When you have 10, try visiting the Dragon Shores Theater.
It's random who Spyro comes out with.
Welcome to the Dragon Shores coaster. Here at the shores, we don't just ride, though. If you can pop all the balloons on the track, a token is waiting for you. Ready to ride?
Yeah, so this is the most involved section of the Dragon Shores
Watch out for the
stuff.
other coasters out there. It's a crowded track today.
I don't know why I'm jumping. You can pop these with just the string. Yeah, so this first one is just don't collide with anything. All the balloons you need are on the critical path anyway.
Good job, Dragon. Here's a token for you. All right, I'll flip this switch and now you can ride more tracks. See if you can pop the balloons on these tracks, too. Watch out for the other coasters out there. It's a crowded track today.
Is this the first one that introduces the alternate routes? Oh shit, I jumped too early. I didn't realise that guy was coming.
Ow, that looked...
Yeah, so this starts opening up some of the alternate track routes, which you can switch to just by holding left or right on the D-pad as you approach them. Oh, that's elevated. Yeah, the perspective doesn't make it easy to know whether you need to jump for these or not if there isn't an explicit obstacle for you to jump over. Yeah, if you don't touch anything, Spyro just follows along the main route that you follow if you on the first path. Unfortunately, the game takes away your ability to jump when you're mid-loop. Oh, it does not give you much time to react to that, does it?
Hey, not bad. Here's another token.
So you can actually do as many loops as you need to complete that, which might be relevant on the last one.
There's one more run, and you're on a roll. There's a cannon installed on your car for this run, and you'll have to shoot balloons too. Are you gonna give it a try? Watch out for the other coasters out there. It's a crowded track today.
Why would the coasters come towards you? Why would you build a roller coaster where some of the coasters run in the opposite direction to the others? I managed to jump over the first balloon, what an idiot. So the cannon is only needed for these red balloons, which are off the track itself. The green balloons you still just run into. These side sections are a lot easier to run as many times as you want because they... I don't know if I can get that from that direction actually. Because you can... the exit from them is always before the entrance to them, so... Okay, I managed to get it. That saves me a trip. I say before then missing the next one I've got to shoot. It's just nice not to have to do too many laps of this because I always like mashing the shot coming around here. I don't know why. That's what to do. We have to see this loop again at least once because of all that I missed. I'm missing all the shop balloons? Right, well I'm missing 2 balloons I've got to shoot, so it's just a case of hit those and don't run into the oncoming carts. If I manage to do that without fucking up, then we're golden. I missed it anyway, so I've got to do yet another lap. Again, the game will let you do as many laps as you want to, as long as you don't collide with anything, but... the way the camera swings about is a bit nauseating, actually. I never noticed that as a kid. I probably had a higher constitution as a kid. There we go.
Wow, you're a natural. You've conquered the coaster. Here's my last token. Well, Spyro, it's your lucky day. You've managed to win enough tokens to enter the famous Dragon Shores Theater. Go on in and enjoy the show.
Right, and the Dragon Shores Theatre is not actually that impressive. It's just a cutscene viewer. You can just go and watch all the cutscenes that are in the game. That's all it is. And given that we've already seen all the cutscenes in the game, I'm not going to bother playing any of them right now. The only other thing that's left to do, technically, is... I think this is now visible now that I've... there we are, skill points. So, you get a list of skill points that you get to complete. So these are things you do, challenges you do, these are the things that net us some extra lives. I don't know what all these are. I know one of them is, well, 2 of them are, maybe even 3 of them, complete the bosses without taking any damage. I know those are ones, and one of them is do the hockey match in Colossus without taking any opposing goals. But apart from that, I don't know all of these. I've never completed all the skill points. I only recently learnt there's anything associated with them for doing so. I mentioned this on a previous stream, but apparently if you get all the skill points, you end up unlocking like an art book, which is entirely populated by enemies that were cut from the game. It's kind of presented as like a extinct species of Avalar, the game world we're in. But they're all just cut enemies from the game. I think they're all shown as ghosts as well, which is a bit weird. Anyway, that's Spyro 2. Apart from the skill points thing, I legitimately do not think there's anything else left to show. I could be wrong. I know with Crash 3, I didn't know about Fake Crash appearing for years until relatively recently, so there might be some post-game thing that I just don't know about. I will very quickly show off that the super flame persists between save files, actually. Just so we've got that on record. But I've still got it at the minute. Why is the 2 in brackets? For some reason I went and watched the blooming VineSource corruption stockpile video for this as well earlier today. I just wanted to hear Laura go perfecting over and over again. That was just something I needed in my life. And we've still got Super Flame. So yeah, you can play through the entire game from scratch with Super Flame. Permanently. Which again, after having completed the game, is not the most interesting in the world. It's kind of equivalent to Mario Galaxy unlocking, oh, you can now play as Luigi at the end of the game, which is just not that exciting. But it's an interesting thing to add. Oh, there's no way to quit the game from here. You have to complete the level first. Well, we're not doing that. I can't be asked to complete the whole level, so we're going to call it a stream there. I know it's relatively early, but we're done with Spyro 2. It's too late to start anything new. I haven't got anything else on the go. So that's going to be it. As I say, if I'm fortunate, I will have my N64 up and running for streaming purposes sometime this week. So if that's the case, we might make a start on Banjo-Kazooie. I also recently picked up Majora's Mask, so I should probably replay Ocarina of Time and then actually finally for once finish Majora's Mask. I've never finished Majora's Mask before. I think the furthest I got was Snowhead Temple, and I forget why I dropped it. But that wasn't... So, like I said, I've never owned the original N64 cartridge. What was I playing it on last? I might have been playing it on the GameCube. What was it called? Zelda's Collector's Disc? I'm trying to look for it. I don't know. I can't see it from here while I'm also close enough to the mic. 1 second. Yeah, Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, that GameCube disc. That I don't know how you got it in different parts of the world, but in the UK, Game were just giving it out for it's just like if you bought a full price Nintendo published GameCube game, they just gave you that. So I got it with my copy of F-Zero GX. But there was some emulation glitches in that, as far as I recall. Point being, I've never finished Majora's Mask. I got less than halfway through. So... Excuse me. Yeah, so both Banjo games on my to-do list. Kazooie, I'm gonna give the game away. Kazooie, I don't have much love for. I've only played that on the Xbox Live Arcade release before now. That's another one I've only picked up recently. It's a good enough game, but it wears its inspiration by Mario 64 on its sleeve a bit too much. Whereas Banjo-Tooie, so a lot of people don't like Banjo-Tooie because of it leans into the collectathon stuff and it involves a lot of backtracking. Personally, I think it's actually quite unique for what it is for that time of release, because so many of the objectives in that game are interconnected with moving parts between different parts of the game world. I think it's actually really quite impressive the way they came about it. But I'm probably isolated in saying that. Anyway, so point being, if I'm lucky, I'll have my N64 stream ready next week. But that won't be tomorrow regardless. So I've been talking about starting Skyward Sword. Maybe I'll actually finally do that rather than finding other games to play. Let me see what else I've got lined up as options for stuff I might want to stream. I didn't get around to finishing off that Sonic 3 Air mod that I wanted to do. So I'm still a while away yet from wanting to play that. My to-do list, the only other thing I've got earmarked to do is maybe, in light if I haven't played Halo 5 recently, look back and replay through Halo on the Master Chief Collection on PC. Is there anything on the backlog that I've not brought forward as an option? So Crash 3 and Spyro 3 are both there, but I want to have a bit of a break before I go to those. There's quite a few PC games that I've had on the backlog for a while. So I've got Control and the Replicant down, both as stuff I need to get back to. Asura's Rash? What? No, it's not Asura's Rash. Asura's Wrath is one that I've been meaning to play. well, replay. I have played that to completion. Although for some reason, so I finally got around to transferring all my game saves from Xbox 360 to Xbox One. I couldn't do that before because you need the Xbox Live Gold to be able to do that, and it's just... They finally got rid of that restriction. So I moved it all over, but for some reason my Source Wrath save is just really outdated, because I know for a fact that I completed episode 4. I was the sucker who paid for episode 4 and finished it, and yet for some reason the save I've got is still stuck in episode 3, so... but then if I'm doing it on stream, I'll be playing through every episode from scratch anyway, and then if I do need to farm out, because I think, don't you need to have a certain number of S ranks to be able to get to the final mission of episode 3 before you even unlock episode 4? If that's the case, then I will do that off stream if I don't get them naturally, because there's no point wasting time on stream doing that. Going back to the other Shovel Knight campaigns is something I've got on here. I've got all the other Halo campaigns on there, but not worried about that. Ah yeah, Sonic 50 Hertz. That'll be fun for any American viewers. Also, as a bit of self-loathing, I put down Sonic 4, because I've never played either of those. The PlayStation 1 Spider-Man games. The PS4 Spider-Man game, which I only own because a friend lent it to me, and I swapped them for God of War, and then I rebought my own copy of God of War, so he just told me I'll just hold on to Spider-Man then. The only problem with any PS4 games is my PS4 is currently in the living room, so it's not tied to all my streaming setup, so I need to move it across to do that. Which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but if it came to it, I could work something out. God of War and Grand Theft Auto 5 are the only other things I got down here, but they're both just shit that's on my backlog, not shit I necessarily want to stream. I'm sure I'll find something. I've been meaning to find an excuse to replay Metal Gear Rising at some point, so maybe I'll do that on stream someday. I don't know. Anyway, I've been rambling for 10 minutes to an audience of only me, so I'll call it a day there. I could do with getting a cup of tea and a bowl of cereal anyway, so we'll call it a night. Thank you for watching, nobody, and thank you for following fucking bot that's almost certainly just there for fucking hate raids. Jesus Christ. Twitch has problems. Right, anyway, goodbye.